Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
My name is Les and I will be playing Murin.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Twiga.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian, I'm the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. The following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No, I'm trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless brand actual play podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless brand podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
a horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
Summary execution,
And I pull my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless brand actual play podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Last time on the podcast, now that the team have got their payday and some well-earned revenge, it's time to head home and have some well-earned downtime. You've just finished speaking with Lucas and Dean. You're at quite a nice cafe in a fairly posh part of town in Bushwick. It's a AA security area, so you're sat at the cafe, you're not doing anything wrong, but the occasional NYPD Inc. foot patrols are giving you looks at the moment.
Well, as soon as I finished my coffee and cannoli, then I will be going.
How was the macchiato? You said you had never had real coffee before.
It was, well, I don't know how to describe it, because it's like more coffee than soy cap. It's like, I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. It's more. Like there's more everything to it. It's like if you had coffee and then you made it deeper somehow. It's strange.
You could work for the adware agencies like that. It's coffee, but more.
This is not just coffee.
I don't know quite how to describe it. It's strange. Not bad strange, but good strange.
So are you guys heading off? Where are you heading to? What are you doing? What are your plans?
Probably home because we haven't had a good night's sleep in like 48 hours.
Yeah, this has been a little bit of excitement. And I think that we should, that Hoggish certainly should try and get a little bit of actual sleep.
It's currently around 10 a.m. at this point on Tuesday, the 28th of June, 2072. It's stinking hot in New York at the moment.
Emphasis on the stinking.
Yep, depending on what area you're in. Bushwick, not so much. Other parts of New York, ugh. If you're heading home, are you giving each other lifts, or are any of you getting the subway? How are you getting back?
Well, is there anybody who wants a lift in the van can get one?
I would like a lift.
Same here.
You have your own car. Did Morgan not take the car here?
I did. Yes, I'm offering rides to anyone who needs one. We're going separate ways.
Oh, you are saying that you will take... Right. Sorry, I understood that as you accepting a lift, and I was somewhat surprised that you were going to not just take your own.
This will come out of your lifestyle, but... Ouch! That parking. Jeez, it's like 10 new yen an hour around here.
We should go.
If you go shopping here, you're going to have to remortgage your... Well, you don't have a mortgage. Never mind.
This is a little bit more than what I was... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so the way I'm used to the payments for parking happening is that I leave one of the drones on the roof of the car activated and nobody breaks the windows of my car.
Your parking charges are... How many gel rounds did we fire?
Roughly, yes.
There's normally just some teenager with a Slim Jim lying on the floor crying next to the van that Huggy steps over normally. Who's going in Huggy's van then?
I am.
Yeah, I mean, you'd live pretty nearby, so that makes sense. Yep. Anyone else?
I was going to say, who's going closest to Staten Island or nearest to a subway where I can get to Staten Island?
I live on Staten Island.
Oh, I'll just go with you then.
Whereabouts on Staten Island does Toyga live?
Elftown.
Oh, right. So you live just across the water from me then?
Oh, fun. We can wave at each other from our apartment windows.
Not quite.
That's a good way to get shot.
And my apartment doesn't have windows because my apartment is a garage. That's kind of cool. So 3 of the characters in this game all live on Staten Island.
Yeah, you can just about get them in the front of your van. There'll be the 3-person bench seat that you normally get in vans and a rigger cocoon in the back. And the back of your van, as we've already established, it's drones central, so it's a little difficult to get any more than that in there.
You can get in, it's just, you cannot safely travel in the back of my van. You can travel in the back of my van. It's just you are traveling standing up.
So I'll deal with the people in the van first.
Sunshine gets dropped off first.
Yep.
What's Sunshine's place like?
It's a little corner brownstone she shares with Luna. It's in Williamsburg North Side. It's a C-rated area, so low-class residential. A little bit unremarkable, a little bit hipster. It's kind of the sort of area where either rich kids who are playing at slumming it go and live, or people who are actually trying to work their way up live. So it's a little bit gentrified, but still got like enough of that old world grime to make it fashionable kind of thing.
So what's her apartment like?
It's a corner building on the very corner of North 8th Street and Berry Street. It's the upstairs apartment of a like 2-story building. Yeah, it's quite nice. It's an older building. It's one of the areas that like there's still some like plasteel metal tie bars pulling the building back together after the earthquake, but this is a building that's been repaired rather than completely leveled from the original earthquake, but it's been significantly remodeled inside, so it's relatively modern-ish, like 10 years ago. A little bit crummy, some of the 3D printed furniture is starting to, the corners are getting chipped off it and stuff, but it's fine, it's nice, it's got decent light, it's a reasonable area, there's coffee shops nearby, it's alright.
So is Luna in when Sunshine gets back?
What time is it?
You finished up your meet at about 10, so it's probably getting on for about 11 by now.
I guess driving safe, yeah, probably about 11.
11 p.m. or a.m.?
A.m. Actually, you're pretty close to Bushwick, so it's probably only about, 20 past. You finished up at about 10, so, yeah, 20 past 10, something like that.
About that. Yeah, Luna will be in, but will be starfished in the bed asleep. Because, What's this getting up before 1 p.m. nonsense?
Who's getting dropped off next? Would it be Mav or Toiga?
Yeah, I think Mav and Toiga makes sense.
Alright, cool. What's Mav's place like?
Unlike Luna's place, Great Kills was absolutely flattened in and after the quake. It's now... They were half-decent blocks. They've gone rather downhill since then. It's C-rated. It's not a bad area, but it's not great. And Mav has an apartment in one of the blocks.
And what's the actual apartment like?
I don't know if it's surprisingly tidy or predictably tidy.
Hoggy thinks predictably.
Has he got that kind of ex-military thing going on where all of the shirts and things are perfectly folded and rolled so that they can go into a bag at a moment's notice kind of deal?
Any of you remember the intro to Dexter's Laboratory?
Oh, now you're going back a ways.
Yes, I am. In the intro to Dexter's Lab, you see him go into his bedroom and open his closet, and he's got coat hangers with lab coat, shirt, black trousers, shoes, which is what Dexter always wears. Just like 4 coat hangers, all the same. That's kind of Mav's place. Like, black cargo pants, black t-shirts.
You fucking ranger roll your socks, don't you?
No, Mav does not fully roll his socks. That's
the next level up.
That's boot. Mav is not boot.
Mav is, I imagine it's not like going into a barracks. It's like going into the sort of dorm area of a police station. Not quite the level of organized and cleaned with a toothbrush, but everything is in the right place, and you always know that this is going to be here, and this is going to be here.
Exactly.
There is very definitely a loaded pistol kept in the nightstand. In fact, on the nightstand, not even in it. You drive over to drop off Toiga. Are you going through Fresh Kills?
I will take Richmond Avenue up to Travis Avenue. So all the way up the border of Fresh Kills and New Springville. And then taking the Travis Avenue through to the West Shore XP. I don't like traveling through Westmount.
Could both you and Toiga give me a quick edge roll, please?
I got 1 hit.
0 hits.
Alright, could your van please resist 11 physical AP -1?
Why is the van taking damage?
Because some random asshole ganger is seeing a van on their turf they don't recognise and they're just taking shots at it for shits and giggles.
They're about to recognise it.
So it's 11 -1 AP. Yeah, it's a fairly decent caliber that's being ripped off at you.
So that is ballistic, yes?
Yes, it is.
11.
Yeah, it just rattles off the armour. It sounds like Travis Chelsea hail. It's fine.
The LMG pops out of the roof and shoots a quick burst in their direction.
Yeah, you just hear one of them yelling, "Drag! Drag!"
Not trying to hit them, just trying to be like, fuck off.
Yeah, this is just kind of accepted as, well, Tuesday around here. It's fine. It doesn't, break out into a massive gunfight or anything. They attempted to assert dominance and then realised that you have a lot more assertion than they do.
If you want to measure dicks, mate, mine is a larger caliber.
So you pull up on the street. Are you getting out, Huggy, or are you staying in the van?
Huggy will actually see everybody out.
All right.
You guys are friends now, so Huggy will actually greet you in person.
So as you get out, Toiga, one of the local street gangs are hanging around out here. They're all elves. Could somebody give me a gang name? Let's name this gang.
The Spikers, because spiked ears, but also...
There we go, the Mauve Spikers. That's pretentious enough.
They really named their gang Mauve.
No, they named it Mo, and they get very pissy if you pronounce it wrong.
Second worst colour of all time.
Their colours are purple and silver, predictably.
Surely mauve and silver.
No, they're not smart enough to know the difference. I live near these people. Zipping up their flies after they've been to the bathroom is a group effort. One that is not always successful.
So how well do you get on with this local street gang, Toiga?
I tolerate them. They are too stupid to know the difference between an actual mage and the mages out of the tridios that can cause the entirety of Staten Island to get up and walk away when they're in a bad mood, so...
All those Azatlana mages from the tridios that turn themselves inside out.
I'm not correcting them.
They are watching different trids.
Yeah, they walk up to you. One of them, the big guy at the front, just looks you over and says, Toiga.
Pippin.
He gives you a hard look and just says, I've told you, my street name is Shank.
And I've told you I don't care, sweet pea.
Who's the trog?
Keep that word out of your mouth, you know what's good for you, boy.
Hog is a van with this. Huggy points back to the van for the LMG. Slowly, but very distinctly rises from the roof.
He takes half a step back, but to his credit, while he looks a little nervous, he seems to have it under control. And he just looks Huggy up and down and says, all right, I can respect firepower. You're on the wrong side of the river, though.
I know, I'm dropping off my friend.
All right, keep it quick.
I will take as long as is necessary.
He looks at you with a and expression on his face and walks away. Roll me a judge intentions.
5 hits.
4 hits.
Yeah, so both of you know that this is just posturing. There's a troll around. He's trying to look big and hard in front of the boys. It's probably not going to come to anything.
I live in gang turf. I'm used to this. You know, there's a reason that my primary form of transport has an LMG on the top.
Yeah, the gangers you're used to are a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
By a little bit, I mean about 3 feet bigger. All right, so you're dropping Toiga off. What's Toiga's place like?
Travis Kelsey isn't exactly an A-rated area. It tends to get called the elf version of Fresh Kill Warrens, despite the fact that the elf population is like only slightly higher than average.
I mean, it's an absolute abject dreck hole.
Oh yeah, it's skyscrapers filled with poor, desperate people, cheap food places at ground level, garbage everywhere. Toiga's about halfway up a skyraker. The flat itself is quite nice. He looks after it. Not much furniture, he just tends to sit on the floor. A lot of nice art on the walls.
Could I get an edge roll?
No hits.
Yeah, the elevator's out of order again.
I don't know why I expected any different. Okay. I will sleep better when I get there. There
seems to be a homeless guy that has just decided that, for the time being, he lives there.
Just halfway upstairs.
No, in the elevator. It's broken down on the ground floor. He's just decided that this is my house for the time being. It's not going anywhere. Frag it. No one has got to go into the disused elevator.
Rick, you know people have to use that.
What?
Could you at least pee outside? It's not much to ask, or at least don't think it's much to ask.
He points at the gap between the elevator and the main floor and says, goes down there, then it's gone.
Kids live in this building, man.
Toilets on 63 are backing up anyway.
But are the toilets on 63 ever not been backing up? I'm fairly confident that some of the bacteria living there have sins.
He gives you a grin and says, 2036.
What about it?
That's when they last were backing up.
I defer to your superior knowledge on the topic of the toilets in this building.
This guy has been here since forever. Basically, when somebody moves out of an apartment, he moves in there for a couple of days until a gang tosses him out. The gang's kind of put up with him and tolerate him because he's entirely harmless and he just moves on if you just give him a gentle kick.
The question was whether he was there before or after the building was built.
Good fragging question.
It was built around him.
They just kind of built it around him to contain him.
They poured the concrete and he just carved out a nest in it.
I don't know if buildings have spirits, and I don't want to ascend them and find out. I don't suppose I could tempt you to bridge night eventually, can I?
What?
I need someone to play against who's not like a spirit I summoned 20 minutes earlier.
What's bridge?
The game, you play it with cards. There's coffee. Like actual coffee made from beans.
That kind of game. He stands up and opens his overcoat and starts doing a bad can-can dance at you while he's grinning, and he's missing a lot of teeth, and you can tell that he is taking the piss right now.
Oh, Rick. I'll leave you out some food later this evening. Just swing by, knock on the door.
He actually gives you a very toothy grin and just disappears back into the nest of cardboard boxes and other trash. Take Rick, the homeless guy, as a loyalty 3 connection 1 contact.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what downtime is for.
Making friends with homeless people.
It's mycoprotein and chicken stir fry.
His head reappears for a moment out of the nest of cardboard boxes, and he says, "What kind of sauce?"
Whatever kind I've got in the flat. I did not have the energy to go cooking, man. Go shopping. What time is it?
I don't know. I don't go outside. Daylight? Who the frag needs that?
Yes, you do fear the day star, Richard, don't you?
Well, no, it's more the gangs out there. They're not as cool as the guys in here.
No, they're not, are they? Have you seen what Kevin's been wearing recently?
I told you, man. I don't go outside.
Yeah, but Kevin comes in here occasionally because he thinks he can rough up Mrs. Kubota on floor 6.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. She fought in MAA for 6 years. I'd like to watch him try.
The boy's lucky to still have his testicles, isn't he?
He's going to get the dreck kicked out of him by a 70-year-old ex-cage fighter.
If he's lucky. I'm going home to my bed, Richard. It was lovely seeing you.
It's Rick.
Of course it is. Oh, Pat, protect me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, with your building and the gangs here, there's a few that have carved out chunks of the building as their turf, rather than, like, a section of street. But a lot of these gangs in here, they're absolute bottom feeders. There are the guys on 45 running the BTL den who have some serious hardware, but as long as you don't try to go in without asking, they don't fragging care. Sprawl life, man. What's your place like? Art on the walls.
Yeah, so some of it's just prints of very famous pieces. There's the execution of King Charles XIV. There's a print of that, and some of it's by local artists that Toygar's seen he's liked. There's a really lovely painting of the goddess Durga riding into battle on her tiger. Very little furniture, and what little there is just covered in books. Every available surface has a book on it.
Are they actual dead tree books?
A few of them are dead tree books. Some of them are hollow books. There's basically, if you can store information on it, it's somewhere in this flat.
There's an abacus somewhere in there.
The abacus has what looks suspiciously like teeth on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's comfy and cozy. There's like 2 or 3 locks on the door to keep it safe. There is a sort of cleaning drone, but it's a little more than like a nowadays Roomba, and only occasionally does Toygar remember to switch it on.
It's a busybody.
Thank you.
As technology busybody.
You've probably been home about maybe half an hour when there's a knock on the door.
This had better be good. Let's see who's at the door. Just open the bolts, open it.
Outside there is... he looks about 14, and you look down and go, oh, that's a sawn-off shotgun, for frag's sake. He's just looking at you, a little bit wild-eyed, going, "Cred stick, now!"
Does your mum know you're out this late?
It's like midday.
Why aren't you at school?
He looks at you slightly confused for a second and says, "Shut the frag up, man. Give me your cred stick or I'll blow you away."
So Toygar just sort of leans down like from the race and says, "Do you have any idea who I am? Am I going to be rolling Intimidate against a child? Again?"
The fact that you had to say again.
Weird that this is the second 14-year-old I've considered killing in 48 hours.
That just means that you haven't met very many 14-year-olds.
Give me a reaction roll, please, Toygar, as the little fragger pulls the trigger.
2 hits.
Alright, so could you please resist 9 physical with +5 to your armour?
There we go, that's fair. 6 hits.
There we go. So yeah, you've just taken 4 physical as this kid just unloads a shotgun into your chest. Do you want to roll your initiative for me there, Toygar? I'll count this as his first turn because, he squeezed the trigger at you, but you will go first. There's a punk outside your door who just put a shotgun shell into your chest.
And I am a vindictive person. Let's try a new spell, shall we?
Okay, what are you doing to him?
Influence mental.
Oh, God. Okay.
Gregor's about to do the war crimes.
Okay, so what force?
Let's say force 5.
So is this just resisted purely on willpower?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so fragged.
And only if he's confronted with the wrongness of the action suggested to him.
Okay, so roll it, please, and deal with your drain.
So that's 4 hits, drain 2, 7 hits.
You're fine. He's yelling, "Give me your fragging cred stick!" And he fires the shotgun into your chest when you get a bit lippy with him. And you just kind of go, "Ah!" and reflexively cast influence on him. What suggestion are you implanting into him?
Shoot yourself in the fucking leg.
Alright, so he's got to roll to resist the wrongness of it. Do I just roll this against your hits?
Yep.
He absolutely fails to do this and just cracks the shotgun, the shells auto-eject, puts 2 new ones in, and just fires into his own leg.
Oh yeah, they're going full war crimes on this guy. Fuck, I deserved it. This is why you don't shoot a mage, you chummer.
Oh, I've just made a child shoot himself in the leg. Am I a bad person?
He shot you first.
I might be a bad person.
He shot first and he shot second.
I'm sort of standing there, like, thinking about closing the door while he's sitting there, like, the ruin of his leg.
Yeah, he just shoots himself kind of in the calf because it's really freaking awkward. And then he looks at the shotgun, looks at his leg, looks at you, looks at the shotgun, looks at his leg, and then just drops to the ground screaming.
That is indeed the correct response.
He's not blown it off, he only clipped himself. He's got a flechette in his calf. The fletchings of the flights have buried themselves in his leg. Most of the shot went into the floor. You're just looking at this going, oh. All right, second turn, you're going first.
Gonna bend over him, look him in the face, grab his chin and be like, "What did you learn?"
What the frag? Why did I do that?
This is me being nice. Imagine me when I'm in a bad mood.
What the frag? Why did I do that? He's just basically freaking out at the moment, and he's stuck in a mental loop.
Oh, you're going to keep screaming, aren't you?
What the frag? Why did I do that? He's got a flechette sticking out of his leg. He's lucky it was only one.
I cast heal.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, now you're being awfully nice. What the hell, Tiger?
Are you taking the flechette out?
Yeah.
Actually, before you do this, because you have the vindictive quality, I'm going to make you roll a composure check. I'm going to say your target number is 3. It usually is with this kind of roll.
Fixed.
Yeah, you're kind of there going, "Oh, little bastard." Oh, it's a kid. All right, I suppose. And you pull the flechette out and you cast heal on him. He looks at his leg that's currently stitching itself up by magic, looks at you, and then he just screams and runs away, dropping the shotgun on the floor as he does, as he's realised that he just tried to mug a mage.
You learned something today.
Do I own this now? Is this mine now?
Congratulations, you own a street sweeper.
You are now worse off than you were before. Leave it in the hall.
I go inside and I decide I'm going to phone Mrs. Kyoto on the 6th floor.
Tell her what her son's been up to.
Great-grandson, actually.
Where is she from? Is she... Yeah, because that name sounds like the name of the lady that runs the Seamstress Union in Shadowrun Returns, so it's probably a Japanese name. We'll go with that.
She's an older Japanese lady.
Yep, who's a retired cage fighter.
Yeah.
She's lived in New York long enough that she's got a thick Staten Island accent, and she answers the phone.
Hello?
Auntie, one of your innumerable horrible grandchildren tried to mug me.
Which one?
What's the short blonde one with the scar in its eyebrow and the attitude?
I don't know, they're all short and they've all got an attitude.
He'll probably come running in your front door in a few moments, talking about how he shot himself in the leg.
My daughters breed like rabbits. I don't keep track of them.
Do you not think that's something you should have taught them better, Dan? Is that not your job?
Probably. But they're grown-ups now. They can make their own fragging mistakes.
Huge numbers of them, apparently. What was the count last time? 16 grandchildren? 17 great-grandchildren?
Well, you see...
Not counting bastards?
You think any of my daughters are married?
Common law, surely. I'm sure Reno is living with that man.
You think we could afford that?
I'm pretty sure that Rena and William were married for at least... they were living together at least 7 years.
Well, Narumi is pregnant with triplets at the moment.
Which is the father? Is it Darren, Andrew, or Michaela?
Well, she's currently going out with Darren, but he's from over the water. I mean, Darren's a troll, so we're kind of hoping that they're either human or something else. Because if she has troll triplets, yeah, she's going to be uncomfortable.
No, that would not go well. You have my number if the birth goes badly, yes?
You can hear the smile down the phone, and she says,
"Thank you. That's genuinely appreciated, Toyga."
Does she know you by Toyga or your real name?
She knows what my real name is, and she knows not to use it.
Fair enough. You can hear that she's genuinely touched by that offer to help out with a heal spell, should things go a bit interesting.
Yes, back to the subject of the call. One of the horrific brats attempted to rob me with... I think this is supposed to be a gun. There was an accident. It shot itself in the leg. It's fine now. It's got enough strength to come running down to you.
Parts of the gun are held together with duct tape.
I don't think it's even duct tape. It might be sellotape.
The iron sights have been soldered back on and they're crooked.
I think that's chewing gum. I think... Anyway, I apologise for the inconvenience that you are shortly about to have, and you may tell the Sproglet if it wants its gun back, it can come and ask for it. Politely.
She smiles and says,
"I was going to ask if you wanted me to give him a thrashing, but I think that'll be punishment enough. Alright, thank you for the warning."
You're welcome, Auntie. Have a good day.
Yeah, she rules floor 46 with an iron fist.
Literal or metaphorical?
You choose. It depends on the mood that day.
Does she have a cyber hand?
Why not? Yes. She had the razor fingers removed when she retired, though.
They kept leaving marks on the grandchildren when she gave them thrashings.
Oh my god!
The amount of bloodstains she had to shampoo out of the curtains.
So we'll say you've got more than enough time to rest up and heal your physical damage. I'm not going to make you roll for it. So we'll come back to you and any sort of improvements and spending of karma you want to do to Toyga during your downtime in a bit.
Do I get Mrs. Cabiosa as a contact?
Yeah, why not? Loyalty 3. She's only connection 2 because in this building, her word is law. Outside the building, whatever. So I'll give you her at loyalty 3. She's a close acquaintance.
The ancients have enough sense to bow respectfully on the rare occasion she leaves her house.
I mean, she is an elf herself, so...
They respect the elders of the community.
That said, being an elf, she still looks like she's in her early 20s. So, Muren, you're heading home. Were you dropping anyone off? No, you were just driving back on your own, weren't you?
People seem to be afraid of my car for some reason. It's sad to see this kind of prejudice against a modded car in this day and age, but...
So what's Kensington like? We don't have a lot of background for it at this stage.
This is a very, very, very rundown area. Slums, broken buildings everywhere. There is one business that's doing its absolute best to struggle through everything, and that's the Giant's Car Wash on...
Is it run by an actual giant?
It could well be.
I'm going to leave that up to the DM.
Why the hell not? He's one of the only other trolls that lives in the area. This might be why you got the apartment.
I knew him through a friend from way, way, way back in the day. So yeah, on Coney Island Avenue, and he's doing his best, so he tries to keep his little corner clean, but it's obviously a rough battle against, well, the neighborhood.
So the garage is run by a giant named Logan Harrington. When you pull up, Logan, he's reaching into a car and lifting an engine block out. He's not bothering with a hoist. He doesn't fragging need one. He's just put his feet either side of the bonnet and he's just picking this thing up with his hands.
As Miriam pulls up, he rolls down the window, leans out, bangs on the side of his car and says, "Hey, Logan, you need a hand? You look like you're struggling there."
Logan takes a minute. He can't really hear you at the moment because he's got an Orzet cover of Raining Blood on in the background at the moment. He tucks this engine block under one arm and fiddles with his AR display for a few moments, and the Orzet thrash metal suddenly turns off, and he turns around to you and says,
"Sorry, what was that, mate?" You look like you're doing fine. I'm going to park around back. Is that all right? Yeah, cool. Carry on.
He just hits play again on his AR, and all you can hear again is just Raining Blood in Orzet at window rattling volume.
The one rule to deal with Logan is you never repeat the same thing twice around him, especially if it's a joke.
You park around the back. I imagine if you're living above the garage, there's a steel staircase that goes up to the doorway above it. Yeah, Logan shoved some railway sleepers underneath it to help it cope with the weight because he lived up there for a while.
Triple reinforced. Yeah.
And there's also just like general trash from the garage around there. Like there's bits of car, there's bonnets, there's car doors, chopped up bodywork and dreck like that just kicking around.
All in all, it wasn't a very appetizing place to look at. But Logan was an old friend and he knew what I wanted. I got up to the third floor and actually started to clean up a little bit. This hallway had been taken care of. The flat itself, proper security, biometrics, and entering the apartment, it's much nicer than the building would let you think. It's got a well-furnished bed with what look like very nice soft covers, full size for a troll as well. The kitchen is clean, well-stocked, and a quick flip of the tap seems to ensure that the water is indeed still functioning. Lights are on, there's no flickering. It's a good place to hide.
Could you give me a perception roll, please?
That's 0 hits. What is going on tonight, guy?
Carry on. You're fine.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
We don't believe you.
It's the GM's job to scare the shit out of you.
You rolled a 0, you noticed nothing, because there was nothing actually there to notice. Come on, that's not fair.
Maybe.
After I pack away my gear and make sure everything is nice and clean, I'm going to go downstairs and offer Logan some help for the day. He rented out the flat at a reasonable price. I can help out, and I've got time to kill.
Alright, so when you get down there, he's now got some orc melodic death metal on at the moment. You listen to it for a few seconds, and you're just thinking, yeah, that guitarist is really fragging good. And yep, he hands you a set of troll-sized overalls and gets you to work, just helping him out, moving some stuff. There is one point where you're just thinking to yourself, Logan, are you sure about that man? Because he's got a still saw, like a big petrol-powered angle grinder, that's fairly big. And he's got one of these in one hand and he's cutting into a car while he's smoking a cigar with his free hand. And it does kick at one point. Now, for most people, it would smash them in the face and give them a black eye, and Logan's just going, whatever. He's, even by troll standards, this dude is big.
Hey, Tiny. I was wondering, could I borrow some of your tools? I need to do a few quick fix-ups on my armor.
He takes a look at you and says,
Yeah, I don't do that, Drek. If you want sewing, you're going to need to find somebody with
He holds up some seriously chunky fingers, like the size of my wrist, kind of chunky, and says,
somebody who's a little bit more delicate-fingered than me.
No worries there, I've got the skills, I just don't have the tools right now.
If it's your armor, you'd be needing a tailor.
Fair enough. Oh, and hey, while I'm at it, do you know a guy who sells an auto-injector somewhere around here?
He stops for a moment, takes a draw on the cigar, mulls it over for a few moments and says,
Not really. I mean, you can probably get one at Radio Shack or something, but there's not one in Kensington. If you head over to Windsor Terrace, or Ditmas, or Flatbush, or somewhere like that, you might find it, but in Kensington, nah, you're Drek out of luck, man.
Oh, that's a shame. Thanks, though. I'll have to give it a look later on.
I mean, you could always,
Is there But Windsor's just north of here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's plenty around. I mean, it's only a few blocks.
If you are wanting to head over to an area where you can pick up those parts and get them installed, Muren, dead easy. I mean, there's an A-rated area, Ditmas Park nearby. You've got a decent fake sin, you've got some nice clothes, so you'll pass there fairly easily.
I'm going to go ahead and do that after helping Logan out at his shop for a while. You know, I owe the dude.
I mean, you can do that the next day on the Wednesday and just spend the Tuesday doing that. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. We'll come back to you in a little while.
Wait, can I take Logan as a contact?
Yeah, why not? I'm quite happy for you to do it because you've role-played it out. I don't think we've done anything with Huggy's place yet.
Not yet.
What's Huggy's place like?
So Huggy's place was originally a repair garage. It's clearly... This is fairly obvious when you turn up. It looks like the frontage is one of these big, wide doors. Only the doors have been covered over with sheet metal, and the only a part of them that almost precisely fits Huggy's van. It still opens. As the street outside is, I mean, for fresh kills, it's actually not that bad. The street outside gets cleaned up reasonably regularly, partly by Huggy. He has a couple of drones that sort of do the rounds, and the people immediately around her know not to touch her drones.
For the first time someone did and was made an example of.
She has a security guard on the door. This security guard is a Doberman. It's linked to the house, which is not great because the house is somewhat of a mess. So when she arrives, it is playing a Swedish pop song and advertising the time as about midnight. There is a couple of meals on the counter, freshly made by the Chen, that bear only passable resemblance to what they should be. They are basically the CFM has taken 2 different meals and made half of each one.
So if you got spaghetti bolognese and chocolate mousse.
Sort of, yes, that sort of thing. You've got this on this side it is meatballs, and halfway down, sort of half a meatball, it changes into lasagna. That sort of
I'm now imagining, in Red Dwarf when the cat is ordering loads and loads of fish. Today's fish is trout a la carbonara.
Enjoy your meal.
That sort of thing. It's like you have no real idea that you can order a meal, generally speaking, and it will try and provide you a meal that is correct to appropriate for the time that it thinks it is. Unfortunately, it thinks it is several different times at once. And so it will provide you with a bowl of cereal with hot tomato soup.
And a shot of brandy to chase it down, yeah.
That sort of thing. So the whole shop is a bit of a mess.
I imagine there's some sort of small walker drone that's a project that Huggy's never bothered to turn off.
Yeah.
That kind of has one of its legs hanging off that tries to walk over and greet her as you come in. And it's like, I should really reattach that leg. Never mind.
When I arrive, the Doberman acts a little bit like a dog, so it comes up, rubs its main gun against my leg, which is a little bit weird for anybody who isn't Huggy and is used to this now.
Yeah, is this a glitch in the software, or was this like an optional add-on that you bought or programmed?
This is a glitch in the software. There is an auto soft for a sort of auto pet that is included in the building. And for some reason, that is in the Doberman now.
And you've never bothered to get a decker around to sort it out, and you're pretty sure that there's a technomancer fragging with your Drek.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. What I assume is that whoever owns this place first pissed off somebody who knows how to fuck with the system. And this is the result. The Doberman is very affectionate. And the fact that it is being very affectionate with the barrel of an assault rifle is only slightly concerning.
So, you've seen Futurama?
Yeah.
You remember the Robo Puppy?
Now commencing 7-hour yipping session. You've created a Doomba. It's like a Roomba, but more dangerous.
Oh no, the Doberman started his yipping session. I better take the mag out.
There's a reason why the Doberman carries around. And so they don't shoot them, so it doesn't shoot them through the ceiling before I can get the magazine out.
I take it by now the local gangs are just like, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I fix up the drones when they fuck up. I will occasionally do up the vehicles for them. I work in the community. You know, I try and make sure that everybody's getting at least some of their needs met.
So, what are the gangers like in your area? Does Huggy get on with them? Are they a pain in your ass? What's happening with them?
A lot of them, the local gangers are, what am I thinking, Sons affiliated. So Huggy gets on with them. There are a few that are trying to sort of shake off the Sons' influence, and Huggy does not get on with them quite so well, because she's, well, not a bought and paid for member of the Sons, but she is very much a bannerman. If that
she's an affiliate.
Yeah. So there's a few gangs that she's fairly well known as a Sons affiliate at this point. So there's a few gangs who will, try to persuade her not to be.
I'm just imagining that every so often when something goes wrong in the shop, there's this god almighty bang, and just some of the paint gets rattled off the walls.
Yep. And she will have, the front of her shop is covered in graffiti. It will be, fuck off, covered over by the Sons forever, covered over by, etc., etc. And she's never cleaned the front of the building. Paint is almost, an inch thick now in places. There are occasionally paint chips underneath all of the in front of this thing.
All right, fantastic. So that's you all back at your houses, and next time we'll pick up your downtime and see what you're doing in your free time. Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. Intro is More Human Than Human by Carl Casey, and the background music is also by Carl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license. So if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.